Nuel Folktales.
Have you ever heard of a wicked creature that takes people's brains? Yes, you heard me right. This creature takes people's intelligence and creativity simply by coming in contact with their books or writing pen. Sit back and learn from this shocking story. It was chaotic at the Obas mansion. Mrs. Agnes Obas was shouting on top of her voice at her only son, Junior Obas, who failed all his subjects in class again. You are so dull, so dim-witted. So after all the hundreds of thousands of naira your father and I spend on school fees and private lessons, you still failed all your subjects again. What is this? Mathematics F, English F, F in all your subjects. So it means you have not been studying. Junior Obas, you are grounded for the rest of your life, Agnes said, yelling in anger at her son. Mommy, please. I studied very hard. I don't know what happened. I suddenly forgot everything I read, Junior said, crying bitterly as he tried to explain to his mother. But Agnes wasn't having it. She scolded him and seized all Junior's favorite toys and iPad. No more iPad for you till you start taking first position again. Junior was a student of one of the most expensive schools in Warri, called Alpha College. He was a very bright student with good morals. He used to be top of his class until something dark and wicked came to their school. That evening, when Mr. Tega Obas returned from work, his wife complained to him that Junior had failed all his subjects again. What? Again? What is happening with our boy? He used to be very bright. Maybe you should pay the principal a visit to know what is going on in the school. This can't continue. We spend heavily on school fees every term, Tega said with worry clouding his face. Are you not coming with me? He's our son and he's doing very badly in school. We should go to the principal's office tomorrow together, Agnes reasoned. Darling, I have a very important presentation tomorrow morning. Please cover for me. What is more important than our son? Agnes barked. Please, Agnes, I don't want to fight this night. I've had a very long day, Tega said as he left his wife in the living room. As Agnes sat there in the living room, she couldn't help but think about her son's sudden bad grades in school. The next day, Agnes stormed Alpha College with determination on her face. She needed an explanation on why her son, who used to be the star of the school, was now swimming in F's in all his subjects. When she got to the principal's office, she didn't even wait for an invitation. Mr. Olumide, what in heaven's name is happening in this school? Agnes asked. Good morning to you too, Mrs. Obas. To what do I owe this visit? The principal said. Principal, everything is not fine. My son has been getting F in all his subjects for 2 terms now. I demand an explanation. We pay huge amounts of school fees every term. So why is my child doing so badly in this school? Madam, the matter has come to my attention. I was even planning to call you and your husband to ask if all was well at home, because Junior is one of our bright students in this school. But these days, I don't know what to say, the principal replied. Mr. Olumide, everything is fine in my home. The problem is this school. I don't think you are teaching him well enough, Agnes said. I beg your pardon, madam. This school is the best in this state. We pride in our excellent educational system. I think you should go home and find out what is making your son do badly in school. After hours of bickering between Agnes and the principal, she stormed out of the principal's office, threatening to withdraw her son. As Agnes was walking out of the school premise, an old cleaner in the school followed her. She beckoned on Agnes to wait and she reluctantly waited because of her old age. Good afternoon, ma. Is there any problem? Agnes asked with irritation, still angry from the principal's office. Good afternoon, my daughter. I overheard you in the principal's office earlier. But there's something I want to tell you, the old cleaner said. What is it, ma? I don't have all day, Agnes said. You see, what is happening to your son is not ordinary. There has been a strange aura in this school since one boy came to this school. That boy is not ordinary, the cleaner said. What do you mean, ma? Agnes asked with impatience. You see, I can see things in my dreams, but most people won't believe me. That strange boy is in your son's class. He is possessed by a wicked spirit that steals people's brains and intelligence. Why are you telling me this? Agnes asked. Because of all parents who bring their kids here, you are the only one that doesn't look down on me. You greet me with respect, and your son is very responsible. Hmm? Well, madam, thank you for telling me. But I don't believe in all those superstition, and I know what my son needs, Agnes said as she left the school premises. That evening, she told her husband what transpired at the principal's office and what the old cleaner told her. But Tega told her to ignore the old woman. Let's take Junior to therapy. I'm sure a shrink will be able to figure out the problem with Junior. A shrink? No now. It has not gotten to that extent, Agnes said. Well, I can't think of any other solution. Or do you have a better idea? That night, Mr. and Mrs. Obas agreed to take Junior to a shrink to figure out why his grade had suddenly plummeted. The next day, Agnes took Junior to the therapist's office and explained that her son needed some psychological help since he kept failing all his subjects in school. But after days and series of sessions with Junior, the therapist couldn't find any problem. Mrs. Obas, there is nothing wrong with your boy. There's no psychological problem here. I think what he needs is an iron fist. Monitor his screen time and study time religiously, and make sure he studies more, and introduce the right discipline where necessary, the therapist advised. For the next couple of days, Agnes became a hawk around her son. She monitored all Junior's activity. She never let him play. All he did was study round the clock. Junior wasn't even allowed to watch his favorite TV shows anymore, and whenever he complained, his mother responded with a cane and a fierce look that could make anyone drop dead. This went on for weeks, and it was time for exams in Alpha College. Agnes tightened a leash on her son. Junior studied day and night, only taking breaks when he needed to eat or use the toilet. Agnes took the advice of that therapist seriously, and she believed it was the only way to get Junior back on track. The exam week came and Junior tried to explain to his mother that he kept forgetting everything he had read at home in the exam hall, but he was met with a shout. You better remember, oh, if not you won't like what I will do to you this time around, Agnes threatened. Junior cried bitterly every night. He couldn't understand what was happening to him, and his mother was not listening to him. Whenever he read something, he understands it perfectly, but as soon as he enters the exam hall to write, he goes completely blank, sometimes only remembering his name. Agnes made Junior study even harder during the exam week, and she was confident that her son would improve, but her confidence was thrown to the mud when the end of term results came out and Junior failed all his subjects again with F from top to bottom. Agnes was frustrated and she lashed out at her son. You are a disgrace. So after all my effort, you still failed. Today I will beat you black and blue, she said, pointing her wooden cane at Junior. Mommy, please. Mommy, please. I suddenly went blank in the examination hall. I couldn't remember anything except my name. Mommy, please. Nye, 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 nye. Junior, lie down here. I will finish your back today with this cane. Junior, I said lie down. Mommy, please. Mommy, please. The commotion going on inside the Obas mansion attracted the attention of Mama Ufoma, an old neighbor who lived next door. What is going on here, Mama Junior? All I've been hearing is mommy please, mommy please. What has this sweet boy done to deserve this your wrath this afternoon? Mama Ufoma asked. Mama, I'm tired. I am tired. This boy has been failing all his subjects in school. Mama, can you imagine? He couldn't even write anything on the exam papers. Just blank. He came last in his class for the third time. Mama, after all the hundreds of thousands of naira we pay for school fees every term, this boy has chosen to drive me mad. Mama Ufoma sat on the chair, staring at Junior with softness in her eyes. She sighed deeply. But this boy used to be very bright in school. I can still remember you telling me that he was always top of his class since he was little. So what went wrong? Oh, Mama, it's the same question I've been asking myself. And I am so angry that I want to descend on him with this cane, Agnes said, shaking with anger. Mama Ufoma sat there in silence, observing. But Mama Junior, have you asked him why he keeps failing in school? Mama, I have asked several times. Can you imagine? He claims that he goes blank every time he gets to the examination hall, that he only remembers his name. Ah, my daughter, something is wrong somewhere. Don't take this matter lightly, oh. Mama, what do you mean? Agnes asked. Many years ago, when I was in the university, something like this happened. All the top students in our class were suddenly failing all the courses, including me seated here today. We couldn't understand what was happening at the time. Anytime I sat in the exam hall, I will forget everything I have read, sometimes even my name and matriculation number. This issue continued until all the students affected gathered together to hold a revival and prayer meetings. And what we discovered shocked all of us. What happened, Mama? Agnes asked with impatience. My dear, it wasn't long after those prayer meetings that a very beautiful girl in our class confessed that she had been stealing all our brains and intelligence. Mama, but how? How is that even possible? My dear, the word is very deep. She told us that whenever it was exam period, she would go around and borrow our writing pen and books and then perform strange rituals that would therefore transfer all what we have read to her. And we would all go blank while she had all the memories. Mama, so something like this can happen in this day and age? Yes, oh my daughter. That is why you should always pray for your children every morning before school. And this matter with Junior's grades, don't take it lightly. Oh. I would advise you to ask Junior questions about his activities in school and pray, oh, pray very hard for his deliverance, Mama Ufoma said as she left to her house. Agnes was weak to her bones. She felt chills all over her body. She had never heard of something that strange before. As she sat there, she suddenly remembered the old cleaner that told her something about a strange kid in Junior's class. It all came together and things became very clear. The next day, after dropping Junior off in school, she went looking for the old cleaner. But she was told that she had resigned a few months back. She had resigned? Why? I don't know, madam. She said she was no longer comfortable working here, so she resigned. Please, do you know where she lives? I need to see her urgently. Agnes begged the new cleaner. But the cleaner said that she was new and she didn't know much about the old cleaner. Agnes was worried. She needed to see the old cleaner and find out more about what she knew about the strange boy. She asked the school staff and no one knew where the old cleaner lives. After hours of asking around, the gateman gave her direction on how to get to the old cleaner's house. That day, Agnes set out to look for the woman. She drove to the slums where the old woman resided. She parked her car along the road and trekked till she located the address she was given. Agnes sighed in relief when she instantly spotted the old woman in a kiosk in front of her house. She went towards her and introduced herself. Good afternoon, ma. Do you still remember me? Agnes asked. Yes, I remember you, my daughter. Mommy Junior from Alpha College, she said, smiling brightly. But what brings you here to my humble abode? Mama, I need your help. Junior has failed again, and I have done everything possible to make sure he gets back to his old grades, but nothing. We even took him to see a therapist, but no solution. I remember you told me about a strange boy in his class months ago. Please ma, tell me more about that boy and help my son. Agnes pleaded desperately. Well, my daughter, most people will not believe me, but as soon as that boy resumed school, strange things started happening. All the brilliant students in the school started failing just like your son. Some parents had to even withdraw their children, thinking the school is no longer teaching the children well. But it is not the school, it is that boy. He is possessed. In one of my dreams, I saw him sitting in a dark room with strange markings on the wall. His eyes were white and shiny and very scary, and there were books and writing materials littered around the room as he made strange incantations. That night, I woke up scared and I didn't have peace in my spirit till I had to quit that job. The energy in that school is toxic. Eh? Really, Mama? But how do I rescue my son from this calamity? Agnes asked. You need to take your son to church for deliverance. After that, tell your son not to give his pen or books to that boy or anyone ever again, and warn the entire school of the dangers that is looming in the school, the old woman said. Agnes left the old cleaner's house with a heavy burden. What the old cleaner said aligned perfectly with what Mama Ufoma had previously told her. But the big question was, how will she tell the school about the strange boy? Will they believe her or will they call her crazy? That evening when she got home, she told her husband all she had discovered, and he was shocked. Together they reached out to some parents, and they were shocked to find out that their children were also experiencing the same horrible failure in their exams. Agnes told the parents what she had discovered. Some believed her while others said they didn't believe in superstition. But after they did their findings, they discovered that their children's grades plummeted after the strange boy came to the school. And their children revealed that the boy was always borrowing their books and pen, and they always assisted him, thinking he needed help catching up on his studies since he was a new student. Their eyes became open and they unanimously called an emergency parent-teacher meeting at Alpha College. The day of the meeting arrived and the principal and teachers were surprised and confused as to why the emergency meeting was called. Mrs. Agnes stood up to address the crowd. She told them all they had discovered. The teachers stared at each other with a knowing look on their faces. Shortly afterwards, Mr. Kunle, the maths teacher, spoke up. We noticed the strange things happening in this school with the bright students, but we couldn't speak up for fear of losing our jobs. Some of us had to award extra marks to boost the students' grade so it doesn't backfire on us. Chaos erupted in the auditorium. Can you imagine? Why didn't they tell us? I'm withdrawing my children from this school. They are terrible. The principal, seeing the chaos, got up to address the angry parents. Parents and guardians, I can't say I didn't notice the anomaly in the results for the past couple of months, but I couldn't have guessed that the problem was of this nature. Alpha College prides in excellence in teaching our students. I take full responsibility for any stress this issue may have caused you. However, just yesterday, that boy's parents came to my office to withdraw their son from this school. I didn't know what was happening. When I asked why they were withdrawing their son from this school, they said they were relocating from this city for work. And just yesterday, I signed his withdrawal form. The principal said. Chaos erupted again. What? So his parents knew about him. So they knew what they were doing. They are evil. Wonder shall never end. Each parent talking animatedly. After hours of bickering between the parents and the principal, some parents decided to withdraw their children. Others decided to keep their children, and they unanimously agreed to call a strong man of God to pray for the school and anoint every inch of the school premises to ward off any of the remaining dark energy left by the evil boy. Mr. and Mrs. Obas decided to retain their son in Alpha College. We don't know if the evil boy is in the next school we are taking our son to. This school is a good school with good teachers, they said. Let's leave Junior here and follow them to do the prayers. Together, all the parents, teachers, and students held a prayer session in the school auditorium where prayers were made by a powerful man of God. The school premises were anointed and the school established a chaplain office for prayers and counseling in the school. The children were rescued from the demonic attack on their academics and they all started doing well in school again. And Alpha College returned to its former glory full of bright students. Hi lovelies, what do you think of this story? What would you have done if your child was in Alpha College? Would you withdraw your child and take them to another school, or would you let them remain in the school? The moral of this story is that there are evil everywhere. Pray for your children every morning before they go to school. And always listen to your children. Sometimes their nonsense talk might just be making some sense. Thank you for watching. And if you are still watching this story up to this point, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until I bring another juicy and interesting story your way again, bye for now.